welcome to today's Thursday tutorial with La La Land Crafts. So today we're going to be making this really cute little bubble bath holder. I'll just take this out so you can see it better. It's got some really beautiful little elements from our dies, and we are going to be doing some gold embossing, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. So stick around and I'll show you how to make it. Alright guys, let's get started making the enclosure for our cute little bubble bath. So the first thing you're going to need is a piece of cardstock that measures 12 by 3 3/4, and we're going to score it on the 12-inch side at 1, 2, 6, and 8. Alright, and that's all the scoring that we're going to need to do, so we're going to put the scoreboard away. So next we need to emboss the gold on this section right here. This section that comes right after the section with the two 1-inch sections. So I'm going to use the You Inspire Me background stamp. I'm going to use the marble background stamp. So what we're going to do is fold in these sides like so, and then we're going to get our watermark ink pad. I've got Versamark here, and we're going to put it all over the back, all over our stamp, making sure to get it covered. And then we're going to take a powder tool. This is an EK Success powder tool. It's an anti-static tool, and it helps your embossing powder not to stick where it's not supposed to. So I've just got a scrap piece of cardstock here, and I'm just going to place it under here just so that we don't get our ink down here. And then I'm going to go upside down, and I'm going to rub that onto our stamp. Give it a good rub, make sure you've got full coverage. Okay. And then we'll lift that up, and we will put our stamp aside. And then I've got a piece of white cardstock, or white, just some copy paper, just to catch my embossing powder. I'm using Recollections Detail Gold embossing powder. So I'm going to go ahead and put that all over. Make sure to get it all covered. And then we will just tap it off. Like that. So that's what it's gonna look like before it's embossed. Alright, let's go ahead and use our heat tool. I have just an old heat tool. I don't even know the make of it, but any heat tool will work. So this is my favorite part, watching that yummy embossing. And you're going to see that it's embossed, or that it's melted, because it's going to get shiny. Alright, so our embossing's all done. So I'm going to go ahead and run it through my die cutting machine. And I'm going to put my circle right in the center like this. And I'm going to run it through. And I'll be back in a second. Alright, so we've got our circle all cut out. So before I glue this part together, I want to add a frame around here. So to create the frame, I've used our stitched circles dies, and I used these two, and I just ran them through the machine together to get my frame there. So we will go ahead and glue that on. And I'm using some wet glue because that works best on top of embossing. So I'm just using my Fabri-Tac. Just glue that right around that circle there. This gives it a nice finished frame all the way around. Okay, so now on this bottom 1-inch section here, we're going to add our adhesive, but we're going to add it to the inside of it. So this is our little panel from the outside, and this is the bottom, so we're going to add it to the underneath of this piece here, like so. And then we're going to go ahead and glue it underneath our box, because we don't want that ridge. We don't want that ridge to show inside of there. So we're going to glue it underneath our box like this. Alright, so that's our little stand all put together. Really cute. So next what I've done is I have cut 2 of our large stitched tags, dies, and I cut one out of craft cardstock and one out of the same ivory cardstock that I used for the base here. And I also used one of our double stitched ovals, and I cut it right out of the center there, just like that. So, and also I used our small nested labels die, this one here, one of them, and I cut it out of black cardstock, and then I used the same oval as I used here, and I cut that out of the center of that, and we're going to use that as our little frame around our nested oval there. Again, I'm just using my wet glue. And we're just going to put it right around that. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and I've put some foam tape on the back of this large tag here. We're just going to remove the backing. We've removed all our backing, so now we're just going to line these 2 up right on top of each other, just like so. Perfect. Alright. So now what I've done is I have stamped and embossed the breathe, a little bit of a glare, the breathe word from the I can and I will set, and then I just fussy cut around it, and that's going to go right there. But I am going to pop it up, so I'm just going to cut 3 small pieces of my foam tape. Place them on there. And then we'll place this word right in the center here of our oval. I've cut the bow from our wreath set, and I'm going to link all the products below that I've used. So I've cut the bow out of black cardstock, and I've just got some glue dots here, and I'm going to put a glue dot in the center of the back of my bow, And I'm just gonna place it right on the top of the hole at the top of the tag there, just like so. And then I've cut one of our flower dies, and I've cut the largest one in the set and the medium and then the small, and I placed a little pearl in the center. And I'm gonna also use a glue dot here for that. And I'm just gonna put it in the center of my bow and just zhuzh it up a bit there, just like that. All right, and before I do my next step, we're going to attach it here to our base. So I'm gonna put my wet glue all over this back section of the base, like so. Make sure you get it all the way around. And then I'm gonna just line it up on top of my tag. And the tag is 3 3/4 wide, and so is our base. So they should line up pretty perfectly together. Just press that down in here. And make sure it goes all the way to the bottom and that it's even on both sides. All right. Fabulous. All right, and that's our little base all put together. Super cute. All right, now I'm gonna add our 2 little candles from our 2 candle set. And I'm actually gonna take the larger one and just trim a little bit of it off, probably 3/4 of it, or sorry, 1/4 of it. And I'm gonna place it there, and I'm gonna place the smaller one like that, right below the breathe. And I'm just gonna put the wet glue at the bottom here and place it on there. And I'm going to do the same with the smaller one. The smaller one does not need to be trimmed down at all. We'll just kind of place it like that there. So now I've got my 2 little flames for the candles, and I'm just going to add a glue dot to the back of each of my little flames. These are the mini glue dots, in case anybody's wondering. And that's gonna go right there. And that is gonna finish up our super cute little bubble bath holder that we've created. And that's gonna go right in there. It's kind of hard to see, but there will be photos and you'll be able to see it a little bit better. But that's kind of what it looks like. And I'm going to wrap it up in some clear wrapping, and it'll be a perfect little gift for Mother's Day. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you have a wonderful day.